Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Walter and I appreciate you stopping by. Today I'm going to attempt to do my analysis of ABBA, the music, the sound, the vocals, the arrangements. I'm going to focus on a couple of things, and remember, I'm just a layman, no expert, no musician, no singer. I'm guessing you can tell that by my voice. But I want to try to convey the uniqueness that I hear in ABBA, in the music, in the vocals, and in the arrangements. And to get a reference point, I want to start with what Benny Anderson said in his acceptance speech at the ABBA Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony back in 2010. So listen to this excerpt, a brief excerpt, and then we'll move on from there.
When I grew up in the 50s, well, all of us who grew up in the 50s in Sweden, we had no radio. So therefore, we couldn't hear the rhythm and blues and the rock and roll. There was a radio, there was one channel, public service channel, and they would play maybe 1 hour, 2 hours of music per day, whistle while you work kind of programs. And they would start with a classical number and then we'll go all through all sorts of music. And if we were lucky, they would play one popular song at the end of that show. That's what we had. So we were fed up, not fed up, we were fed with Swedish folk music, Italian arias, French chansons, German schmaltz and John Philip Sousa. And not so bad actually, because put that all together and it becomes what you can hear, well, some of it from on the ABBA records. So even if we didn't have any blues, like you would call blues in Sweden, we have some kind of blues, because above the 59th, what's it called, the latitude, the north latitude, from eastern Russia, through Finland, into Scandinavia, there's this melancholy belt. Sometimes mistaken for the vodka belt. And if you live in a country like Sweden with 5-6 months of snow, and the sun disappears totally for like 2 months, that would be reflected in the work of artists, I believe. So, I mean, it's definitely in the Swedish folk music. You can hear it in the Russian folk songs. You can hear it in the music from Jean Sibelius or Edvard Grieg from Norway. You can see it in the eyes of Greta Garbo. And you can hear it in the voice of Jussi Björling. And actually, you can hear it in the sound of Frida and Agneta on some of our songs too. And for those who are observant enough, they might even spot it in the old Ingmar Bergman movie.
Benny managed in 2.5 minutes to summarize what ABBA's sound is all about. Melancholy is an essential component of being human. The ability to feel emotions deeply, to be able to feel dark sadness, means you can also feel the bright joy. These feelings are hard to describe. You know them when you hear them, you know them when you feel them. But let me try a couple. The darkness behind the clouds in the sky. The sadness of the knowledge of the coming winter at the end of a gorgeous summer day. The silence of a quiet room broken by the sound of children laughing. The mixed emotions of a goodbye. The stillness of a dark, clear night with the stars blinking above. The author, Victor Hugo, described melancholy as the happiness of being sad. So ABBA set those feelings against the joyous, lively harmonies, the brisk, upbeat songs that are in such contrast to the angst and the yearning of Bjorn's lyrics. The melodies behind danceable music songs, songs like SOS, which is ABBA's maybe first heartbreak classic. Agneta has never been better, begging her lover, so when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me, SOS? The love you gave me, nothing else can save me, SOS. When you're gone, how can I even try to go on? And when you're gone, though I try, how can I carry on? And all the time, we're dancing to her pain. Money, 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 a minor song in that sense of the sadness, but again, a song that has a sad, dead-written girl hoping to find a rich man, a sugar daddy, to save her. It's not as introspective, but it's still a dance song. Knowing Me and Knowing You, one of the early breakup songs, with the simple lyrics, no more carefree laughter, silence ever after, walking through an empty house, tears in my eyes, here's where the story ends, this is goodbye. Simple, stark, searing, and brutal. And yet an upbeat song thanks to Benny's brilliant layering of vocals and arrangements. But of course, the ballads, the sad songs of ABBA, so many. They talk about intense private pain and reaching out to face it. And of course, for me, you have to start with The Winner Takes It All, which Agneta has said is her favorite ABBA song, and in which she basically solos about the end of her marriage. A stark, naked expression of sadness and anger and resignation. With these simple lyrics, I don't want to talk about things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. Backed by that piano arrangement of Benny's, that chilling piano, it reinforces her strength as a survivor and also contradicts it with the fact that she's alone. Then a song from the Mamma Mia soundtrack like Slipping Through My Fingers, where a mother watches her child grow up and start to find her own life. It's bittersweet, slipping through my fingers all the time. I try to capture every minute, the feeling in it. Slipping through my fingers all the time. Do I really see what's in her mind? The contrast of losing her and the joy of watching her grow, and to see what's next, at the same time recognizing the time is lost. It's a tender song and a tender lyric from Bjorn. Even Fernando, a great ballad, a story of battle, war, loyalty, friendship, loss, and memories, has one line in it that I always think about. Though I never thought that we could lose, there is no regret. If not regret, then there's a misty melancholy. And a song that just destroys me. When all is said and done, written about the end of Benny and Frida's marriage, it has that one verse that just kills me. Thanks for all your generous love, and thanks for all the fun. Neither you nor I are to blame when all is said and done. These two people tried, they couldn't make it, and they both only knew their part in the future of that failure of that relationship. Another song, One of Us. A song about regrets, self-anger, and pity all in one verse. One of us is lonely. One of us is only waiting for a call, sorry for herself, feeling stupid, feeling small, wishing she had never left at all. Her anger, her recriminations, her self-loathing are intense. It's a very dark song. Or this one, I saw it in the mirror.
I saw it in the mirror. I saw it in my face that I'm no longer needed. Anyone can take my place. This is a man that knows he's out of time. In these songs and many others, ABBA writes about love and loss, the feeling we all have when we fall in love with someone, and then we have that horrible, fearful feeling that maybe we will never have that person in our life. I know there's lots of examples, but I use this to illustrate the quiet desperation of so many of these people in these songs and the sadness behind the smile, or as someone I know put it, the private anguish in the midst of the party. Benny and ABBA have always understood that and continue to understand life is about loss and love and sadness and joy, sometimes all at the same time. The depth of the meaning of the lyrics and the brilliance of the counter of the music make them everlasting and treasured. ABBA makes us feel these emotions, and that makes us feel less alone. There are others like us struggling at times, happy at times, dealing with life all the time. The realness, timeliness, and connection are amazing. Well, many groups write breakup songs or sad songs. None comes close to the honesty and realness of the joyful melancholy of ABBA. I hope and thank you for listening to this. I know it's different than what I normally do. My name is Walter. Take care, everyone. Comments are certainly welcome.